Hello friends, today we have video on important interview questions for SBI Specialist Officer, IBPS Specialist Officer, and it may be helpful for UPSC candidate as well, those who are graduated in IT or CSE branch. So here we go. The first question is, what is the purpose of CMOS battery on motherboard? CMOS battery basically provides power to the RAM, which have instruction to load the operating systems. So it's helping booting the computer. And the second purpose of using the CMOS battery on motherboard is to provide the supply to system clock. And these are the basic function of CMOS battery. And we have the next question: data warehousing and what is data warehouse and its use in administration. So answer is, the data warehouse is a large storage of data. Large storage of data accumulated from wide range of sources within a company or used to guide management decision. Means for a company, we can say mobile company Nokia, and they have stores all over the globe. So data of their sales collected from all over the globes helps in making a management decision in which country or in which part of the globe the sales are maximum. So it is help in making management decisions. So in data mining warehouses, so in data mining can be divided into three parts. In three tiers, we say that bottom tier, middle tier, and top tier. The bottom tier is data in which data warehouse is server exists, and in the middle tier we have OLAP server. In the top tier we have the front end tools. At the bottom tiers we have say that data warehouses. This data warehouse is maintaining the database and various tools such as to monitoring tools, administrative tools, and data marts to perform operation over these collection of databases. And these databases may be content of external sources, and basically three operations are performed on these databases: extraction, cleaning, transform, loading, refreshing. These are the basic functions of data warehouse server. Above which we have a middle tier on which a OLAP server exists. OLAP is actually a application processing tool, online application processing tool, I think. And on the top layers we have processed reports, query systems, analysis, and data mining tools. And these are about the data mining warehouse. And how it is helped in administration. It's helped in administration is that, for example, if we take the example of in the budget, we have used lots of data mining techniques, or what we say, data mining techniques, and all these techniques we have used in our making our budget. And now let's move to the next question: the difference between cloud server and dedicated server. The difference between cloud servers, dedicated servers, subdomain versus subdirectory, ASP.NET versus PHP, SQL, STP, difference between HTML versus CSS, FTP versus HTTP, WAN versus LAN, SMTP versus POP. Taking one by one, the first one is difference between cloud server and dedicated server. So firstly, the dedicated server is a standalone system which provides a dedicated service, and dedicated such as it may be your mail server, it may be your file server, or it may be your printing server that makes a print, and this is called a dedicated server. And where the cloud server can be configured as a dedicated server to provide high level performance, security, and control services similar to the dedicated server. But this cloud server may be exist in a virtualized environment, but a dedicated server exists on a physical hardware only, and this is the main difference between. In other words, a cloud server can be implemented in a virtual environment or in a virtual operating system, but whereas dedicated system, it is maintained. It is an actual server. Then the next question is subdomain versus subdirectory. Subdomain means if suppose we have www.nic.in, suppose we have this domain nic, suppose we have domain nic.in. So you want to be make a subdomain of this domain. So you made it india.nic.in. So India is the subdomain of NIC, and the root domain is NIC, and the top root is the .in. In .in is the topmost domain, and under which we have the NIC domain, and India is a subdomain of NIC. And where is the subdirectory is the a directory inside the directory, and which may be exist in your hardware, but subdomain is making a new address over the internet under a single registered domain name. It is just another part of that registered domain. Next question is difference between ASP.NET and PHP. We have go here. So PHP is stand for hypertext preprocessor, and it is a scripting tool widely used for developing websites. And it is an open source based scripting languages, and whereas ASP was developed by Microsoft to provide developer an easy scripting tool to build web pages and web applications. ASP.NET in ASP.NET, ASP stands for Active Server Pages. It is used .NET platform to develop web pages which use .NET technologies. And secondly, what is the main differences? Use of the cost of using these services. Since PHP is open source based, or it is completely free, so to using the PHP script we have to pay no charge. But in case of ASP.NET, it is a Microsoft product, since it runs on only on Windows platform, so we have to pay some charge, pay to Microsoft to purchase the ASP technology and to use to ASP by buying Microsoft Windows operating systems, something like that. And on ASP.NET only requires window hosting, so cost of using ASP.NET technology requires some investment, whereas PHP is completely free. It runs on Linux servers. That servers are based on they are also open source tools, so you have to no pay for all of them. So PHP is entirely free and run on Linux web hosting, so you have not to worry about where you to use the ASP.NET services. You have to pay wide integrated development environment. Scalability, both the PHP as well as ASP.NET are well scalable. Support, PHP is supported by large number of popular developers, and it is among the most popular scripting language, and huge open source developer community regularly contributes for development. And whereas on the other hand, ASP is a Microsoft property, and it is its developers are far more enthusiastic and more reliable, since it is we have more reliability since it is a well-known software product from a big brand called Microsoft. And availability of both of the languages has availability of their tools. And next question is the difference between the HTML and CSS. HTML stands for hypertext markup language, and CSS stands for cascading style. HTML provides the structure of the page. If we talk about the HTML, it provides the structure of the page, where CSS provides the visual layout, how the page should be look for a variety of the devices. That is the basic difference. HTML provides the basic structure, how the content should be placed, and where CSS is makes visual effects on that content. And next question is difference between HTTP and FTP. HTTP stands for hypertext transfer protocol. In this protocol used by World Wide Web (WWW) to transfer files from a server to a user web browser to view web page on the internet, while FTP is used to transfer a file from a FTP file server. There is a main difference between that. HTTP is used to transfer file using over the internet, and it will display it. And next is difference between LAN and WAN. And the local area network is a private network that connects computer in a small physical area, and whereas a wide area network is a type of computer network which are located in different geographical area. That is the difference. POP and what is the difference between POP and SMTP? Both POP and SMTP are mail transfer protocol. The SMTP stands for Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, and used for sending or delivery कह सकते हो from a client to a server via it use a port 25. And whereas POP stands for Post Office Protocol and allow the user to pick and download the message from its own inbox. It is incoming server, and latest version POP3, and it has been used since 1966, and it used port 110. SMTP is called outgoing server, and it is called incoming server. Each time if a new message is arrived, you have to check on the server that whether a new mail is popped or not. So it is then a post office protocol. You have to go to the server and check. But in this mail transfer protocol, your new deliveries are automatically viewing your client application. What is CMS system? Difference between them. CMS stand for the content management system, and it is a application. It is a computer application used to that supports the creation and modification of the digital content. CMS is the computer application that support the creation and modification of the digital content, and CMS includes the web-based publication, formatting, editing, and versioning control, searching, retrieval of the digital contents. And the example of CMS are Drupal, Joomla, WordPress, and WordPress is very easy to use. It is also CMS, very easy to use, and used for development of small to medium size websites, blogs, and small e-commerce stores. And next is Joomla. Joomla is CMS used for developing social networking sites and required basic technical skills. Drupal is the most advanced among all these WordPress, Joomla, and it requires familiarity with the internet technology such as HTML, CSS, and PHP. And there is another CMS tool, that's Magneto, that used to develop only the dedicated e-commerce stores or website. What platform is used by the Modi site? It used the WordPress, that is a CMS based, and in the backend they use PHP. And what is SSL encryption and public key versus private key? SSL is a secure socket layer. Stand for secure socket layers. Is a security technology for establishing an encryption link between web server and browser, and the link ensures that the message passed between the web server and the browser remains private and integral. So how does SSL works? So before start actually communication with the client, the SSL ensure to maintain a secure connection. For this, there is a handshake process happening between the server and the client browser. So the server sends a handshake message. In the response, the client sends the response to his hello handshake, so that the connection may be established using symmetric algorithms which are supported by the client browser. So it uses different kinds of encryption algorithms such as DIS, AES, Camellia, RC2, and various. In this way, once a handshake session is over, the connection is maintained for a particular time. So connection is made, and the session is used to encrypt all the transmission data. Next is names and application of ERP. How can you use Oracle or SAP application and product in government services? Name and applications of ERP. ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning. So we can use the Oracle or system application products, SAP जिसको बोलते हैं system application product for employee attendance, street lighting or traffic challans. To जैसे management information system for maintaining employee attendance and generating reports, generating reports for the per day, monthly basis, on specifically who comes late, so on the specific days, and this helps in generating a report also. Next is GPS IT can be used in our public transport such as trains, and helps to announce the passengers that train is delayed by 50 minutes, so passengers have relaxed, not to then they may take their own work. And next we use this SAP for home shopping such as to delivering to get the help local kirana walas and dairy booths to get their milk grocery orders, and they will deliver it faster than those are dedicated players such as Flipkart and Amazon. And again, municipal truck will pick when 90% of the garbage container is filled, and it may be used in CCTV security, street lighting and monitoring water supply also. Next question is full form of SQL. So SQL stands for Structured Query Language. It is a computer language for relational databases. It is of two types. First one is DML, data manipulation language, and DDL, data definition language. DDL is used to define the structure of data, how should it to be stored, and data manipulation language helps in making queries to manipulate those stored data. And SQL is used to query, insert, update and modify the data. And who created the SQL? SQL is created by Chamberlain and Raymond Boyens in the mid 1970s. What does SQL Server? SQL Server maintain a relational database tables. The next question is Excel files also has rows and columns. So what is the difference between since Excel as well as has a table, rows, column, but Excel can't be used to automatically manipulate data and to write queries in it. So SQL is more powerful, and its queries can be embedded in other high level languages such as C, Java, maybe C++, in any high level language. The syntax remains the same. Select star from then table name, and that particular syntax is remain same in all type of the languages. Utility of SQL database, data warehousing and data mining in making foreign trade policies, pension reforms and black money tracking. If we maintains the transition data of our public of our citizens, it helps in drawing the better foreign policies and pension reforms. It will help in tracking, also helps in tracking the black money, since digital transaction shows the time and even the places when the transaction happens. What is object-oriented programming? Object-oriented is a programming paradigm in which objects are taken as a real-world entities, and which may contains attributes, functions, and procedures. And the basic function of the OOPS is objects, classes, procedures, inheritance. Inheritance is the property by which one class acquires the property of another class, and polymorphism, and all these helps. These are basic concepts of the OOPS. And next question is, who was Alan Turing? Alan Turing is called as father of the modern computer, and name of movie made after him, that is Imitation Game. And did it win the Oscar? I don't think it didn't win the Oscar. What is the Turing machine? this is again about that Alan Turing is a father of modern computing, and he was a brilliant mathematician and logician. He developed the idea of modern computing and artificial intelligence. During the Second World War, he worked for the government in breaking the enemy's code, and Churchill and said he shortened the war by 2 years. Next is Turing machine. What is actually a Turing machine? A Turing machine is a mathematical model of hypothetical computing machine which can be used to predefine set of rules to determine a result from a set of inputs. Hypothetical means it is not a real machine. It is just a mathematical model that represent a hypothetical computing machines which can use a predefined set of rules to determine a result from a set of input variables. Explain the software development model. Software development model is a development process for software development, and there are various software development models such as waterfall, spiral, and prototype model. Which one you prefer? Your preferred method? I think spiral method I will be used for software development model, because in spiral software development model we have a special risk evaluation phase. So on rest of the models it do not have such intermediate development stage to evaluate the risk of the project. So I prefer to use the spiral model, and the main phases of the spiral model are: the first one is planning, and then analysis, evaluation, and risk analysis, and then the development actually starts. And one of the most basic software development model is the waterfall model, and it contains the first stage, the requirement, design, implementation, verification, and maintenance. And in the prototype model we have basically in prototype model we have demonstrate a prototype of the actual software product, and then we try to develop, and again we have if the determining objective is not reached, we redefine it again, demonstrate it, and redevelop it again, and test it whether the determined objective is reached. In this way the prototype models works. So these are all the questions about today's interview sessions. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I request you to please subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much.